Hello everyone, hope you guys are you all are doing fine. So today I want to share with you how I make my pure clay mud. Yes, so here I have water, lots of it. I'm going to be making a small portion. Yes, and here I can show you is my clay. This is ceramic clay, so we put it from this bag. And you also need cement, so I put cement from here. What we're doing, it's soft clay. It looks soft, but when it's dry, it's very hard. That's why you need this process to turn it into a soft form. So I don't have exact measurement. I'm just going to be doing as much as I feel is needed. So roughly this much clay, we have to dissolve it in the water. It takes some time to dissolve. So I have finished dissolving my clay, and this is the texture, what it looks like. It's very light liquid. Yes, then the next thing is to add your cement, and I've taken this much cement. So this doesn't actually have any exact amount to use, but the process is basically you repeat it until you get a good result. So if we add this cement now and then we let it dry, and then we check the hardness. If it's not hard, if it's not soft enough, then you might have to redissolve it in water. That might be enough to soften it. Otherwise, you add more cement until you get a mud that is soft enough to your taste. Yes, so there is no exact amount how much to use, but what I do know is you need lots of water, lots of it. That's why it's this light. So at this stage, I prefer to use something like this, a hand mixer, to mix in the cement. Then as you do so, it will thicken up. You can see getting a bit thicker. now it looks like this. I think this is okay. I just want to check that it will not get any thicker than this as I'm mixing it. So it is still light, and I think this is okay. Yes, then the next thing is to let it stand for the whatever particles that are in there to settle to the bottom. Then you should have a clear liquid at the top. Yes. Then when that is done, we come back and we check on it. And then when you do come to that stage, you usually remove the water on top and you spread it out to dry. Yes, so we will follow the process stage by stage. Yes, okay, bye for now. Hello everyone, so it's a new day and this is how our clay mixture looks like. Yes, like I said, the clay will settle at the bottom and you have liquid at the top. So what you would do now is to remove the water at the top. So I'm just going to decant it here. So this is what you have. But you can never tell what the hardness is until it dries, and not when it dries the first time, because the first time it dries it will become flaky. So like this, you can spread it out to dry, and you can even try form it into mold. But trust you me, it will not hold when you try form it into mold. The first time it dries, it becomes flaky, very flaky, and it just will not hold together. So you have to go through a first time drying process before you can add more water and form it into mold, into shapes, and that is when it will hold. That's when the shapes would hold, but not the first time. So this is what it is. So I'm just going to spread this out to dry, and then we'll come back to that when it has dried, and you will see what it looks like when it has dried for the first time. What I mean by it becomes flaky and it will not hold any shape. Yeah, and the drying is usually very long because it's so creamy like this and mushy and watery. So if you have a like heat nearby, you can speed up the drying process. Otherwise, if you're drying by room temperature, it usually takes a long time. Yes, so we come to that stage. Okay, so bye for now. So here we are again. See if we can crumble this before adding water. So I'm just going to add enough water. I think this should be enough. So I'm just going to try and redissolve this, and I'll be back. So I've finished redissolving my clay mold, and this is what it looks like. Very watery. I just made sure I add plenty water. So what we will do now is to leave this to settle like the last time. Then you have a clear liquid on top that you can decant. You decant the clear liquid off the top, and then we will spoon it on a surface. That's to spread it out to dry. Then we check the hardness one more time. And if that's not enough, if it's not soft enough, I think the next time we might need to add more cement. Yes. So that's it for now. Next time. See you then. Hello everyone. So it's a new day and our clay mixture has settled. So you have a clear liquid on top, you can see. So I'm just going to decant that off. Yeah. So if you want, you can let it settle for a longer period, and then you have more liquid on top which you can remove, but like this for me is okay. So I'm just going to mix this together. Then yeah, this is what I'm saying, it's very light, so you can actually let it sit for a longer period to settle more. Yeah, otherwise you just take this and you spoon it onto a flat surface to dry. So I can try do that, but for me this is too light. I'm going to let it stand for a longer time, and I need more liquid out. So this is what I was saying by you spoon it onto a flat surface. Here is the mixture. This is really light. I'm just going to take a few spoons out of this. So this is to allow it to dry faster, since you're drying by air at room temperature. So yes, it's nothing more than this. You just let it sit like this and wait till it's dried, and you see how hard it is, if it's soft enough, or you need to continue with the process or repeat the whole process, maybe with cement the next time. Yes, okay, till next time, see you. Hello everyone. So it's got another 1 week plus, and here is our clay mold. This is what it looks like, and we're going to check the hardness. Oof. You see, this is softer than it was. And it's softer, but maybe not as soft as I want it to be. Still, yeah, if you like, you can leave it at this stage and not repeat the process again. But to me, it seems I'm going to have to repeat the process. Add more cement and water and let it dry once more. And I think by that time it should be really ready. This is really impressive though. So the last time we only added just water, no cement, and it's looking like this. So it seems it's at work. Adding more water seems to have improved the texture, made it softer. So here we go. So I'm going to add more water and more cement, a little bit more cement, and let it sit for some time to settle. Then we spread it out to dry once more. So here we go. Add more water. So there are crumbs under. I'm going to try dissolve them. So I have finished dissolving the crumbs that are under. But you have some little hard particles at the bottom. I'm trying to bring some out. I've never seen this before, but I'm seeing this now. Like you have these little particles that wouldn't dissolve. Here they look like this. Yeah, can't dissolve this. I think they come from the cement. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add cement, but before that I have more water to add, because I think the more water you add, the better, if you want it really soft. I think the water helps. Okay, for now that's enough. So it looks very light, very liquidy. And then I have this cement here, this more cement, not really much. And I'm going to pour that in. So this is why I took my gloves and put them on. And then mix. Okay, I think this mixture is enough, and it's still looking very light. Usually when you add cement, it gets a bit thicker, but it's because we add a lot of water and it's very light. Yeah, so what we will do now is to leave it, let it stand for some time and settle, and then we take the water on the surface out, and we have the settled with the mud at the bottom, and that we can spoon onto a flat surface for it to dry one more time. Hi everyone. So the last time I didn't bother about scooping this clay mold onto a flat surface to dry. I just let it dry in here and it's looking like this. So this is what I meant by it becomes flaky, or what should I say, cracky like this. This is what I was expecting from the beginning, but it wasn't showing it in the previous videos. It becomes really cracky like this and you can't do much with it. You try lift it up, it's just like this. Yes. So right now it feels really soft, but you can't tell for sure until you add water to this and you mold it. You try for mold of it. The best way to mold it into shape is to add enough water so it becomes like a paste, then you can scoop it onto a surface, and that's when you can tell for sure that the texture is this soft as it looks right now. Otherwise you can't really tell. So one more molding process to go, and when you do add water and you let it dry, it should hold. I mean, if it's not ready, usually it gets cracked up like this, but when it's ready it stays together in a nice shape. So I'm going to add water now. So here I have some water. Just going to add enough until it becomes a paste. And it doesn't take much water. So it has become almost too light, but it's fine. So when you are done mixing it until all of this is dissolved, I'm not gonna waste your time here. So you just take a spoon like this or anything else, scoop it onto a flat surface on top of several layers. Yes, and that will be it. Then you let it dry and you check the hardness one more time. I am sure, very certain, that this time it will be soft enough and I don't need to repeat the process of adding more excess water or cement. So next time we are going to look at this together and say it's ready or not. Okay, until then, see you. Take care. Hello everyone. So it's gone some weeks now, and this is what our clay mold is looking like. Again, I let it dry in this bowl. I didn't bother to spoon it out onto a flat surface. So it's like this, and it's all cracked up, as you can see. And I think it is ready this time, because yeah, you can tell from the dry part. I think the middle part is not so dry, but from the ones that are dry, it's looking good. I would say it's soft. Yeah, I would say this is ready. Sometimes you just have to remember, sometimes it can look all cracked up like this, and it can look really soft, and it can feel really soft, but it's still not ready. So you just have to repeat the process, either add more water or add more cement and water, and repeat the process. So you can see that the process is actually not a straightforward one. You have to keep repeating it until you get what you are satisfied with. Yes. The aim is to get it to a softer texture. So that's why you keep repeating. You keep repeating the process. So this looks good to me for now. So you've seen it. This mold can be pure mold, can be made from clay. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks always for watching, and until next time.